Move on to Chetwayo. Chet is going to be with us. And of course, we have the book here, You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished. And Chet, what is the topic this morning? Morning, man.
Morning. Well, when I see clients, when people come and book consultations, I notice a particular question that a lot of people would ask me after the consultation. Will be like, so what about detox, right? So I realize, a lot of people don't understand detoxification. And many people always seeking a product to detox.
Right.
Now, what people don't know is your body has a natural detox process. Your body has detox organs. This is why you have your liver. This is why you have your kidneys, your spleen, you have your lungs. All of these are systems that are designed to detox. But first, let me mention what detoxification is. Detoxification is taking something that is either waste material or harmful and neutralizing it or transforming it, right, to make it safe to either eliminate it from the body, because the body is trying to protect you from something that might be harmful. So it neutralizes or transforms or eliminates it as waste. Now, we have all of these things built into our own system. There's nothing that you need to take to do that process, because many people are of the belief you need to take a tea, a colon cleanse, a colon flush, or some kind of substance, a juice, or some kind of thing in order to cleanse the body or to detox the body. Now, if just from simple logic, if a product is needed to cleanse the body, what was the body doing before that product exists?
What was the body doing before
the product exists?
Well, the body, of course, would go through the natural process.
Your body have a natural process. This is why
it's the same way you eat. You eat through this hole and everything comes out through the other hole.
Right.
It goes through your digestive system and everything, and then it passes through your system and comes out.
Exactly. So the digestive system is part of your detox system.
Well, right. Yeah.
Right. You exhale. Exhaling is part of detoxing as
exhaling?
Well. Yeah, exhaling. Your body would exhale carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. Your body will exhale harmful compounds that you may have inhaled. Right. You sweat. Sweating is a way the body can detox through
yes. When you sweat, the body,
through the skin. Right. It's not the main way, but it's one of the ways. Urination. Right. Urination through the kidneys. Defecation, that is a digestive system. Even the liver as well. The liver can eliminate things, utilize bile and pass it through through defecation. So you have all of these systems in place to detox the body. Now, I think what a lot of people mistake with detoxification is irritation. So you might take something, and that something you take irritated the digestive system. And because it irritated the digestive system, it induced a diarrhea. And people assume, it detoxes.
That's a detox.
That's not a detox. That's a response to an irritation.
Okay.
Right? And a lot of things people are using to detox the body, they are unaware, poisons the body. Right? Most people are unaware of that. And they have a lot of research and stuff showing that as well. So people taking things to detox, whether it's a cleanse or some kind of juice, or growing up, they tell you take a hops and you burn it, and you soak it in water, right?
Get cooling, yeah.
And that reminded you have things like it's heterocyclic amides,
like that,
right? Heterocyclic amides. When you burn stuff, that creates a toxin, right? So you burn and you char these things, soak it in water, and you drink it, and it induces a diarrhea, and boom, you're thinking, this helped me. I just detoxed myself. No, you didn't. You just poisoned yourself, right? Irritated your system, and your body is trying to get what you just did out because it caused an irritation. So a lot of things that people are using to detox actually damaging the liver, right? A woman that did a consultation with me some years back when I just started, I think it was 2021, all right? They were up to do they were supposed to do a liver transplant. Right? So when they mentioned, when they called to book the appointment, and I heard the extent of the damage to the liver, I thought I was dealing with an alcoholic. Lo and behold, the person was not, they don't even consume alcohol at all. Right? So why was their liver so damaged? It's because they went and they did 3 years prior, they went by a herbalist. Just didn't have any issue, but people, of the belief, you need to go herbal, you go plant-based or whatnot. And they went on all these herbal stuff and detox stuff, and they started consuming it. And a lot of people are skeptical about pharmaceuticals. And that's not wrong. That's not wrong.
Yeah.
Nothing is wrong with that. But because they are skeptical against pharmaceuticals, they don't apply that same level of skepticism to other alternatives. And that's where the problem is. So that individual started to take these stuff, these supplements, these products and whatnot, right? Raw fruits, vegetables, juicing, this and that and the other. And literally poison 98% of the liver, right? 98%.
Wow.
The most regenerative organ in the body was basically decimated, right? Due to what I have been saying for the longest while, that knowledge gap. That knowledge gap.
Right.
When we don't have the right information, we fall victims to manipulation, as I mentioned last week as well. And that is what happens. So they don't put the right amount of skepticism towards alternatives like herbal, homeopathic, naturopathic, all of these different alternatives, the home remedies, the bush remedies. These things people aren't skeptical about, and they consume these things without batting an eyelid to it. They think they are, because it's labeled natural, they think it's harmless. But is poison ivy harmless?
Okay.
Poison ivy is not harmless. Cyanide is natural.
Yeah.
But cyanide would also kill you.
Kill you.
So it have a lot of natural things that are harmful. And if you are not knowledgeable, then you would be eating these natural things and harming yourself. But natural doesn't mean harmless.
Harmless. Okay.
Doesn't mean safe. So a lot of natural things, very dangerous, very, very dangerous. In fact, you have the arrowroot tree. That's one of the most toxic things in nature, right? But how much people know that, right? Not because it's natural means that it is safe. Some of the most destructive forces are a hurricane, a volcano. These are natural.
Right, but when you talk about detox, right, you're talking about a purge too.
Correct.
People go and say, well, I need to take a purge.
Yeah, a purge, right?
But the body naturally purges itself on a daily basis, right?
Here is the thing.
But what if your body's not, what if you are not going off, right?
When you say not going off, like constipated?
Let's say constipated.
Right, so constipation.
You're constipated, yeah.
So if somebody comes to me and they say they are constipated, I look at their diet.
Right.
And then I show them what are the things that contribute to constipation. Right? And then based on what they're consuming, they could have certain deficiencies in certain nutrients that would cause constipation as well. They might be eating foods that also the body is incapable of digesting, and that might build up and accumulate in the colon.
So what do you do then?
Right? So You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished is the top-selling consignment book at RIK bookstores nationwide every month so far this year. Get your copy locally at RIK bookstores across Trinidad, Nelson's Bookstore in Tobago, internationally on Amazon for paperback, and on Gumroad for the digital copy. What I have to do is one, and the main thing to detox the body, the first thing that people need to know when it comes to detoxing the body, you first need to stop poison in the body.
Right.
That's the first step in detoxing the body. And I'm pretty sure, I'm sure you hear people say that fasting, they have benefited so much from fasting.
Well, they say fasting cleanses the body as well. I mean, that's what they say, right?
It's not that it cleanses the body, you know.
Well,
Look what happens. When you fast, you stop consuming.
Yes.
And it's because of what people have been consuming, have been poisoning the body. So the body get a break. So now your detox organs now is eliminating without the continuous input coming in of toxins. That is why people get improvement when they fast. But then they break the fast and they start back
you go back putting in
the same things that was harming the body. And this is why I wrote my book as well, to educate.
Right.
To educate. You want to only consume the stuff that don't harm the body and take all the stuff that are harming the body out of the picture. Right? And this is why knowledge is so important. So the alternative industries, right, the alternative healthcare system and whatnot, they benefit from the same knowledge gap that the pharmaceutical system benefits from.
Okay.
The less people know, the more they go in and rely in a product for healing, right? Because they don't know. So you're trying to take a product to heal, whether it's pharmaceutical drugs, whether it's some sort of natural alternative. You're trying to take something to heal while you don't know what's causing your problem in the first place. And most people continue to consume what is causing their problem while they're trying to take medications and products and supplements and all of these things to try to rectify that issue. That is symptom management. That is not root cause approach, right? And root cause approach requires knowledge. So you have to educate yourself and then you have to apply that information, right? And that is exactly what I do, right, at my clinic. When people come to me to book a consultation and they come into the consultation, what you are paying for is not a product. You're not getting any product anyway, right? As we know, I don't promote or push the use of any product or supplements, right? You're getting explanation. Now people say, explanation? I don't need an explanation. Yes, you do, right? We all need explanations, right?
Yes, I mean, yes, as you call it, a re-education.
Re-education. Right. You need to understand why you're sick, right? If you don't want to understand why you're sick, you go in and get trapped into a product-based system. You're always on a drug, you're always on a supplement. I've had people come to me with bag full of supplements and drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, natural products that they take in, supplements, all these things. And they're still sick and they're wondering why none of these working. Because, when I tell you, I had people come with bags, I had people come with not just plastic bags, I've had people come with bags that just zip like a cooler, right?
Serious?
With a whole set of products that they are taking. Right? Because they're looking for healing in a bottle. And healing comes from when you start to put in less, not more.
Not more.
It's not about putting in more. It's about removing. You have to remove what is harming you. Right? Not putting something while you're still consuming. Things that harm you. And then a lot of times the things that are putting in is also harming them. So I've even seen people block the treatment of even certain medical procedures from working. So certain things people using block chemo from working, block radiation from working, because it continues to feed and fuel the cancer, right? So people just wonder how it is I just reverse cancer, because I understand what causing cancer and I eliminate it from the diet. Okay. Right? So it's not, as I might mention, it's not rocket science, but the other day I was researching rocket science and I realized rocket science is quite easy, right?
Well, it might be, you know. Right? We just say rocket science, what I mean? You know, because it sounds so, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, you know.
And when you go into it, you realize, it's not complicated, right?
It's pretty simple when you look at it. You know, you know what I mean? But I mean, there are levels of it, but you know,
you wouldn't know it's simple if you don't venture into it, right? Same thing with nutrition and biology. Your body is simple, you know. Yeah. But if you don't venture into researching it and looking into it, you're going to think it's too complex and you say, you know what, I'll leave it up to everybody else. Leave my health to somebody else. That is what I call outsourcing responsibility. Right. And that is what a lot of people do, because if you outsource responsibility, then you're going to say, well, I'm sick, but it's not my fault. But at the end of the day, you still have to live in your own body. Correct. Regardless of who you want to blame for your health, you still have to live in your body with you. You have to endure the days that you can't play with your children, or you can't operate with your grandchildren, that you can't get off of the bed, the pain and the discomfort. You still have to endure that. The person that you outsource to, they're out there living their life. Exactly. Right? They're out there living their life. So we out of time, but we want to thank Seth for coming in this morning, and we hope you understand a little bit about detoxing. When the body getting rid of mucus too, that's a detox too, right? Getting rid of mucus is not a problem. You have to ask what triggering the mucus, because mucus is there to help your body, right? Okay. Mucus is there to help your body. Mucus is made up of proteins, a little bit of glycerol, and some salts, but it's mostly water, right? Okay. So when you consume things that harm in your body would release mucus to try to reduce that harm. Mucus would also transport toxins out of your system as well. Right. So no, mucus is not there. I remember when I was small seeing those long info ads and the guy, mucus is the problem. No, it isn't. Mucus is a response to something causing harm in your system. Okay. So it's not about focusing on getting rid of it. If you get rid of all your mucus, you're dead. Right?
Really?
That's plain and simple. One, mucus lines your stomach because your stomach contains acid, really, it secretes acid, hydrochloric acid, to aid in the digestive process. That's the beginning part. So if you have no mucus lining your stomach, the acid in the stomach, the hydrochloric acid, is going to eat through your stomach. Then you have no stomach, right? So, no, mucus is needed, right? You even have mucus in the rectum and stuff. How you think you pass stool? You need mucus to help with the ease and flow of stool as well. Yes, you need mucus, right? When you see mucus coming out of your nose, it's because it traps certain things, the exosomes and whatever, exosomes will trap stuff like toxins and whatever from the air, trap it in mucus, and then you blow it out, or excrete it, or cough it out. The body would also trap harmful stuff from in your nose when you inhale in mucus and dump it in the hydrochloric acid in your stomach in order to destroy it.
Wow.
Right? So mucus have its place and purpose. It's just that people have wrong information. But like I say, I don't outsource information either. I do the research because I need to understand. I'm always in a need to know basis.
And just that little insight here on mucus tells us why we need to read and, re-educate. All right?
Book an appointment. Come and see me.
So you can pick up the book as well. It is You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished. And you can call Seth on 279-3935 or 761-1952 and book an appointment today. Rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. And of course, to get the book outside of calling those numbers, you can visit any RIK bookstore nationwide or Nelson's in Tobago, also Amazon. It is available there as well. So
and
make sure to check it out.
Digital copy is on Gum Road. And as you see, it is the top selling consignment book at RIK bookstores nationwide. Continue to keep it there by going out and purchase it. It is highly informative.
All right. So I'll tell you what.
You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished is the top-selling consignment book at RIK bookstores nationwide every month so far this year. Get your copy locally at RIK bookstores across Trinidad, Nelson's Bookstore in Tobago, internationally on Amazon for paperback, and on Gum Road for the digital copy.